Robin is a Spurs fan. Robin, a very good morning. Robin, what were you thinking about, Robin?
The game was so boring, Ali. It was the officiating was terrible. The time wasting was terrible. I just got to the point. I had to leave, and I missed the 2 goals, and I'm so upset.
Robin, cheer me up a little bit, right? Cheer me up. Tell me you were still within the area of the stadium when you could hear them and go, "Oh no!"
We were walking down to the train station, and you could hear both cheers for both goals.
See, that cheers me up a little bit, mate, and tells me you got what you deserved. How can you? Big Angie's flying, man. You must have thought surely something's going to happen.
Was hoping something was going to happen, but the amount of time wasting that was going on, it became unbearable. Players on the floor all the time, and you go to these games and you pay your money to see a game of football, not players rolling around on the floor.
That's a good point, Rob. I mean, it is, but listen, all things considered, you must be delighted, really. Even though the weekend you've obviously made the wrong call leaving early, but you must be delighted with the way things are going.
It's brilliant what's going on at the moment. It's our best start since around 95, 96 season.
Yeah.
So it is amazing what's going on. But realistically, we haven't played any of the big boys yet.
Yeah. Very
but
true.
Big Ange, I saw the interview with Big Ange at the weekend, though, Robin, and he's encouraging the Spurs fans, the Tottenham fans, to get carried away. Because the question was asked, was he wanting to calm their expectations? And he said, no, let the Spurs fans go and enjoy themselves. That must be joy to your ears, mate.
It is joy to my ears, and I feel top of the world the way Spurs are playing at the moment compared to the last 2 seasons. And the position we're in is a great position.
Good on you, Robin. Thanks for the call, pal.
Do you know, Ali? It's a little bit like leaving before the encore of a concert, right?
Oh, aye.
Do you know what I mean? You know, like sometimes, you know, you've watched, it's been a great show, and you know, there's 100,000 in the stadium, and you think, right, you know, but you want to stay for the encore, which usually is a couple of the best songs, isn't it?
Oh.
And it'd be like, I mean, I don't like doing that. I don't like leaving before the end of a gig thinking, oh, they haven't played this yet and I want to hear that song. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
And that's a bit like what Robin's done at the weekend. He's gone 10 minutes early, and he must have, he's heard one roar, and then literally 10 paces later he's heard another one.
That's cheered me up. I can almost feel the despair that Robin felt. Bad enough the first one, and then he hears the second one. He must have been like, oh no. Shaban, you're back in the studio, and we are talking all things Rugby World Cup.
Indeed, another big win for England. Fair play to Steve Borthwick's side. The pressure coming into this competition. They've now beaten Japan 34-12. Steve Borthwick's side have now beaten the best 2 teams in the pool in a scrappy game, but they got the job done, and now have the chance of getting to quarter-finals as well. It's looking a bit more likely, but everybody this morning is talking about Super Joe Marler's header. Maybe the first player to assist a try with his head after a George Russell pass slipped through Will Stewart's hands, whacked Marler right in the noggin, and then reached to Courtney Laws, who made the run for a great try as well. He was asked about it post-match, and he credited his football team for the inspiration.
I was practicing with Coley and Jamie George in activation back at the hotel, and I take huge inspiration from Robert De Zerbi and his Mighty Seagulls, doing a demolition job on United yesterday, finding a way to help the boys score.
He's lovely. He's good crack.
I don't believe him. I think he was lucky.
He was very, very lucky. Maybe the first player to ever do that, and came right off the blonde mohawk as well, so you'll never forget that moment. But of course, it made for a good try and a good story as well this morning. Some of the other stories as well from the Rugby World Cup over the weekend. Wales get 28-8 win over Portugal. Luis Rizama came under criticism from the Portuguese fans. He got booed at the weekend after getting his try. Reason why is he celebrated doing the Cristiano Ronaldo CR7 celebration. When he scored his try.
Sort of jumps up in the air, turns his back.
Exactly. Why though? People thought, the Portuguese thought they were making fun of the Portuguese, but actually he's the biggest Cristiano Ronaldo fan. He even wears...
I saw the celebration.
Yeah, I saw the celebration and fans thought it was poking fun.
Oh, I didn't think he was at all.
Yeah, and he's the biggest CR7 fan. He actually wears Cristiano Ronaldo pants. There you
Is
go.
that right?
For extra. Look at you sitting
You
there.
better You were
That
there,
just
Mandy?
made him sit up in the chair there just for a second, Shaban. That's going a little bit too far.
I
isn't
think
What pants are you wearing this morning?
I don't think if I had any hopes or aspirations of getting into Cristiano's pants, I would need to know you in right now about February the 11th.
He said, everyone knows I'm a massive United fan and Ronaldo's my favourite player. I wear his boxers, I dress like him, so I thought, why not do the celebration for him as well? So fair play to Wales as well, getting that win. Fiji beat Australia.
That was a big win. Big win, Shaban, I'll tell you.
Big problems.
Although I read it has been one of the biggest shocks. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying them biggest shocks. Fiji obviously beating England in the warm-up games. Very good side, and the world rankings would tell you that that's not really a shock. However, it was great with Tim on earlier saying that is now throwing that
right up in the
right
air.
Up in the
right
air.
up in the air. That's the thing. It's the first win for Fiji over the Wallabies since 1954. So if you look at the world rankings and you're into that, you'd say not a massive shock, but in terms of how long it's been since this happened, it's a problem. And of course, it's Eddie Jones as well at the helm for Australia. He said after the game they should have been throwing baguettes and croissants at me. This is now the 6th defeat in 7 tests under Eddie Jones. Is he under pressure? We all wonder.
I'll say.
Must be, mustn't he?
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Here's a snippet from the press conference. You can let me know yourself.
Eddie, if you realise that Will Skelton was a 2-week injury a few days ago, what was the value, I guess, and the reason to withhold that and to leave it until an hour before kick-off?
Well, we wanted to try to get him right if we could. Like I said that on Thursday, we wanted to try to get him right if we could. And under the regulations, then we need to rename the team an hour before kick-off. So all we're doing is being good boys, following the regulations of the tournament. Have you got a problem with that? Following the regulations of the tournament?
No, that's fine. It just seemed that, it seemed that you knew this, that the stories were coming out of the camp.
Right. Well, you've probably got more information than me, mate. So well done.
Oh, Eddie.
Oh, Ed.
Eddie under pressure.
Well,
Under
listen,
pressure.
you've just told me 6 out of 7.
Not
really
good.
poor. Steve Borthwick was under some pressure as well as with the England side, and I know it's interesting we heard them on that piece, and England fans aren't some of them aren't happy with the way they're playing, and I get that, of course, and they're entitled to their opinion. However, to win the opening 2 games, particularly the win in the first one against Argentina, because that was a massive game, massive game. But is Eddie Jones under pressure, Shaban?
Of course he's under pressure.
You better believe.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.